Okay, see all these places behind me? It's about 4 or 5 businesses. They're all non-union. What is union these days? Union is always been protection and wages, benefit. That's union. But the main point of the union, seniority, that means protection. The union always protect its workers. Come on here, I gotta, speaking of union, I should get a unionized camera person. So, what does a union that I found out, something that was really disturbing, this is the second video I make on this issue. There's an ambulance worker from Ambulance New Brunswick, MacKenzie Holmes, 22 years old. MacKenzie Holmes, 22 years old. He's a paramedic. Who's MacKenzie Holmes, you ask? 99% of people wouldn't know. Remember that accident on Crown Street and the causeway there? The ambulance had an accident with a vehicle. The ambulance went aside right in front of the Irving newspaper, so did no problem. They came out, took a picture of the 2 workers leaving the ambulance to take care of the other person in the other individual in the other car. Looks good. I always said the paramedics are unsung heroes. No problem. Now, we remember Catherine d'Entremont. Of course, that's where I seen a lot of ambulance workers. She said every paramedic must be bilingual. It's not a big racket. But it's union. I remember the president. This tall, Greg, forgot his last name, chewing gum and he went to look for Brian Gallant. And Brian Gallant saw him in the Miramichi during the campaign and drove back to St. John, scared shitless. Now, I'm jumping, focus, back to MacKenzie Holmes. I seen a paramedic in Fredericton last week. And I asked him, I said, how long you been a paramedic? So a long time. I'm gonna ask you a question. How come that kid in St. John that had the accident, MacKenzie Holmes, how come that kid had to represent himself in court? He was charged for going through a red light. He was charged. He had to represent himself in court. I asked the guy, how come? He said, I've been asking myself the same question. A lot of paramedics are asking themselves the same question. Why did a kid, 22-year-old, had to represent himself in court? Where was C.U.P.E? You see C.U.P.E, you see the fist, us. I thought at first the fist could show violence. And at the end, I found out that C.U.P.E doesn't know what violence means. Remember the episode with the executive assistant of Ross Wetmore? And I guess he shoved him, and C.U.P.E, ooh, I've been assaulted. Lama, that's not, violence, so enough of that. But they said, no, Charles, the fist means unite, together. Okay, unite together. Where was C.U.P.E? C.U.P.E has all kinds of lawyers. Where was C.U.P.E to help that 22-year-old paramedic that was forced to represent himself in court? And I might add, he was found not guilty. And I think that kid is into the wrong trade. He should be a lawyer. But really, where was C.U.P.E? When I see members of C.U.P.E going, and I got lots of questions to ask them.